just wondering what the org is about, because y'all are like an org, right? Like
Right, organization.
Yeah.
We fight against the evils of this society. So anything that's against God that the Bible teach, even Christianity, we teach against it and prove it as well. Like we're having a conversation of just about like the idea about freedom, right? Just meant to spark thought. Everybody come out here, have a voice, and just say what they believe in and why they believe it, and just what we teach. Predominantly is the Bible. That's what we teach on.
So y'all teach about the Bible, right?
Not Christianity.
Not Christianity. Yeah, those two are separate. I do agree with that. So, like, in the statement that the Bible is anti-American, can I just hear your argument? Because I'm not arguing, like, I don't have an opinion. I just want to hear what, like, you have to say in particular about it.
Because being an American, like we were just explaining, is white supremacy.
Right.
Meaning, like, I'm black and I'm American, and you have a white American, right? If something happened to America, right, like a terrorist attack or something like that from another race, what happens? It would be like, well, we need to go get justice.
Yeah.
Now, what if a white man do something to my community in America? What can I do?
Well, I feel as though, like, history has proven when, like, with the Black Panther movement and, like, when they try to, when Black communities try to arm themselves against the violence that they face, they are seen as terrorists within their own country. So, like, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think the way that they demonize these communities for just trying to protect themselves is really horrible. But,
yeah, so that's kind of like just one point, though. So, like, the Bible is a book that's for Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what we teach. Everybody outside that is not who the Bible was written to. So when you go into the Bible, it's not a book that people make it seem about like all mankind, right? It would have been like, this book would have been like this big, right? But there's a history for a select group of people who happen to be Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians today.
I just have one question, which is that, what is your thoughts on the fact that, like, 400 years ago, when they, got the slaves here in the U.S. and they used Christianity as a tool to kind of erase their culture and their language, and that is not only seen with the slaves that were brought here, but also with the Native Americans, with the missionaries, and other indigenous communities. Like, do you think why teach something that was used to erase these communities' cultures and language? Like, as a Latina myself, I feel disconnected from that religion because it was, used to oppress indigenous Mexican tribes in Mexico. So, like, what is your thoughts on that?
So that's actually, what I'm saying, like, why we're out here having certain discussions like this, because we're anti-Christian. We're really anti-religion.
Okay.
And in the same capacity that, like, okay, what we find is that white people are culture thieves in a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
And you could see that in something even as small as they conquer the natives and then call their helicopters Apache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? During the Boston Tea Party, they dressed up like natives after they conquered them. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody who hates Mexicans more than MAGA students, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Cinco de Mayo, there's nobody more Mexican than white MAGA students. All of a sudden, they wearing ponchos and drinking Coronas, and you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they like to just devour other cultures. But what they did was they stole the Bible. And the Bible is an ancient record and document containing someone's history. It just so happens that's the history we lost. And what happens is they rebranded it. You know what I'm saying? And what they did was they used Christianity as their mascot. Like Toucan Sam from Fruit Loops, he got nothing to do with the cereal. But what they did was they pushed their garbage by using the Bible. And what you find is what's actually written inside those records is not what the Christian church does. So that's what we were talking about a moment ago. Like when you said, I think Jesus was Middle Eastern. Middle East is a direction. Middle East isn't a nationality. So Christ would actually be, if he was on the earth today, he would be like an African American.
Yeah.
The tribe of Issachar is the so-called Mexicans. Like, our people were stripped of their culture and their heritage. And what happened is we got a reverse engineered version of our book in Being Conquered. So it's almost like on the back of a dollar bill, there's an Egyptian pyramid. Why is there an Egyptian pyramid on an American dollar when there's pyramids in America? All they do is adopt other people's culture and use it to their own advantage. And that's exactly what they did with the Bible. So if you're disconnected from Christianity, you're wise. But you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater because that record belongs to us. It's just something else that they stole.
Well, I appreciate you explaining that for me, and I never really thought about it that way, and I hope y'all have a lovely day and stay warm.
You too.
So listening.
So what is your perspective of life?
Well,
Like, what do you vote?
yeah.
Are you a liberal?
I lean that way. I'd say I'm a moderate. I don't agree with either extreme side.
Okay.
There's always hypocrisy, but like life itself is brutal. Life eats itself to live. Humans are very complex, and we.
So who you voted for?
Who did I vote for?
You don't mind me asking?
Not at all.
Trump?
Well, no.
I had to make sure.
There was
right?
only two choices on the
Yeah,
ballot.
really.
It sounded like we had a second
Yeah, it
guess.
was
Like,
like,
you know, I can't say Trump right now.
The orange guy?
Not the orange guy. It is so weird. I mean, we live in like the present. We have all of history to have learned from our mistakes, and look where we are today. It's not going great. I have kind of a bleak outlook, honestly, but I know some people naturally. I don't know. Just like I think every type of person comes in all shapes, colors, and sizes. There are good and bad. You know, not every person of a certain color is either this or
Yeah,
that.
my question for you is that when people say like all is evil people in all races,
Yeah.
how do you know how many people was enslaved by the hands of white people?
Oh, ton.
Yeah, like about
Absolutely.
like what?
But that's not
Over-
to say that every white person's evil.
Right. So let me ask you this: how many white people does it take to enslave like over 100 million people?
I don't really calculate things in those measures.
You'd be like, well, damn, it has to be a lot of them, huh?
It depends.
100 million. Over, I'm being, genuine. Like,
No, I'm with you. It's wild.
it's a lot. So it's okay to be like, well, damn.
If I was to classify a certain race for fucking shit up more than any other one, it would be white people, without
Yes.
a doubt. However, again, when you make generalizations like that, it does kind of breed thinking like white people are the devil. If I had to pick one race as kind of representing it the best, I would say this.
I don't think it's
but
wrong
again,
because I think
it's kind of dangerous thinking like that.
I don't think it's dangerous because I think that white people at this time in 2025 should believe that white people are the devil.
You think that they should?
Yeah, especially white women too.
But I personally, I don't feel like the devil.
Probably not you, but you should. You not feeling a devil, but ask you like you just said, who's the devil? You be like, well, white people.
If I had to pick one.
You had to pick.
But having to pick one seems like dangerous thinking because it's general.
It's safe.
It's making a generalization.
It would be
it's
safe.
a safer bet if I had to bet it.
If
but
we
it's
had an
almost,
argument.
But it's almost like it's not a healthy argument to even. It's not healthy to think in those terms because it does breed subconscious. Just you're judging someone based on their color. It's the same fucked up shit that white people do to think in those terms. It's kind of stupid at the same low.
So face value,
Yeah.
I think what you're saying makes sense, except if that's the case, I wouldn't be sitting next to them. We're not pro-complexion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're pro-race, right? So what happens is, I don't think that it's not, like nobody's mad at Chinese people or calling them yellow. You know what I'm saying? I think that when it comes down to white, it is like polarizing as far as the complexion, but it's not the color of the skin. It was the caliber of the actions that was performed by said people. So I'm saying that to say this is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was just complexion, I wouldn't be sitting next to my brother right now having these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a so-called Puerto Rican. My father's Taino Indian. He was conquered by the Spanish, enslaved, lost, you know what I'm saying, everything.